Hello everybody and welcome to the final Raw before SummerSlam. My name's Jitch, this is Monday Night Raw, we're from Baltimore, Maryland? Maryland. It's gotta be Maryland. I don't know my states very well on the account of not living there very long. Cody Rhodes, the United States Champion. A very rare and unusual match kicking off Raw tonight, but this was actually requested by none other than Cody Rhodes. He was offended by the way that Randy Orton walked out on their tag team match, their 3-on-1 handicap, I should say, last week against Kevin Nash. So he's requested that he faces Randy Orton, his leader in the Legacy, one-on-one. I think it's safe to say that the Legacy is in shambles right now. Cody Rhodes is going to be defending against his own tag team partner, Ted DiBiase, at SummerSlam after Ted won a contenders match. I think that's really the chain effect. I think that's the thing that's kind of set this all off. You know, it wasn't that long ago that Cody Rhodes was the US champion and Randy was in pursuit of the world championship, and there's the possibility of them going for the tag titles, and they were a solid unit, and they were, you know, representing McMahon, and then they were anti-McMahon, and now they seem to just be anti each other. They have absolutely collapsed as a unit. And that is why there has been this bonus stipulation added onto this match. If Randy Orton defeats Cody Rhodes tonight, there's no denying that he is due a United States Championship match, which means that if Randy Orton wins this match tonight at SummerSlam, one of the biggest matches at SummerSlam is going to be for the United States title, because it's going to be Cody Rhodes defending the US title against Ted DiBiase and Randy Orton in a triple threat match. But that's only if Randy Orton beats Cody tonight. So seriously, the Legacy looking to be at some real ends right now. They're not officially disbanded. They're still recognized as a unit at the moment. There's not been an official word from any of them about that being the end of their group, but here comes Ted. And this is exactly what I mean. Like, things are just falling apart between these three. Why is Ted here? Got a look of concern on his face, though. Maybe Ted's actually out here because he just wants to, he's just hoping to see the end of this. He couldn't possibly stand to sit in the back and watch. Well, that is the first time Randy Orton has struck Cody Rhodes, as far as I know, ever. Just like that, their bond is out the window, at least for tonight. Maybe Randy Orton can set Cody straight. This all just came about in that handicap match when Cody tried telling Randy to stand back and let Cody do the work. Randy took great offense to that.
Is Cody making a believer out of you, Michael? He is. He's been
defeated Kevin Nash in the season premiere. Of course Randy Orton would want to take charge in a 3-on-1 against Kevin Nash. He's already done it once before on his own.
Look at this. Cody Rhodes executed that move perfectly. Caught the leg. Wow.
But my main interest in this match is what Ted's now planning. What Ted is thinking. Why he's decided to come to ringside and watch the match.
There's absolutely no love lost between these competitors. Come on, don't get scared. Let them tear each other apart.
Just trying to play universe where it lands a bit again. So tonight's show is exactly what it was advertised as on SmackDown. We've definitely got a main event of Mason Ryan versus CM Punk. I'm not entirely sure where that could be going, but it's happening. CM Punk's first match since getting burned by Kane in an Inferno match for the Hardcore title.
What's he gonna do here? Oh no! Oh, head first.
Very elevated DDT.
This personal animosity exploding between these men. And Rhodes kicks out.
Nice reversal.
Cody Rhodes is a capable high flyer. He doesn't go high risk often, but when he does, he's effective. Hey! And he fights out of it. He
yes.
the hole. There he goes. Randy Orton acknowledges that he can be sick and twisted. And indeed, he is just that. What a boot! The disdain between these men is so apparent.
Back and forth, strike after strike. But there's one man who seems to be more prevalent, more on top than the other.
Watch it. Oh man, that was a sick thud when he hit the concrete. Let me tell you what a
I
rotten
wonder
kid
if like
Cody
we
Rhodes
can
was
we can
growing
trigger a
up. When he was
cutscene
8 years
involving
old,
Ted.
he told his mom he wanted a dog.
Oh.
She said no.
Oh,
Turkey like everybody else.
that looked very painful.
I don't know how much more damage
That was
he
just
can take.
flat down on the neck.
WWE fans watching this match all around the world.
A win's still a win, even if it's by countout. Any means necessary for Randy Orton.
King, as soon as this match is over, we may need our
Cody's in, and Cody's out. If you know what I mean. That's gotta be it.
1, 2, 3.
Yep. I mean, he was up against a two-time World Heavyweight Champion. I don't think he really stood much of a chance, but Ted just kind of watched. He certainly did. Cody Rhodes suffers a tough loss, and the legacy situation only gets worse from here, because that means that Randy Orton officially joins the United States Championship match at SummerSlam, where I think at this point it's pretty much a guarantee that the legacy are going to implode over the United States Championship. There is no doubt about it. Like, they are not going to remain friends, allies, anything coming out of that match. There comes Ted. Wait, what the hell is this?
Hey, come on. You gotta be joking. These two haven't really aligned.
Ted and Randy still seeming to be as a unit and just kind of throwing Cody out. That's symbolic, I guess. I don't really know what to take away from that, but it's symbolic. Yeah, sure. Oh my god. I wonder how many times these two have faced each other. Well, last week it was Edge that got the victory. After a sneak attack from Ezekiel Jackson on Jack Swagger. Which seems to be Swagger's real problem right now, and definitely not Edge. If I had to make one suggestion, I'd say Swagger needs to move on from Edge. He needs to focus his energies in other ways.
Approaching the ring from Toronto, Ontario, Canada, weighing 241 pounds, the Rated R Superstar, Edge.
Yeah, there he is. That's your boy. That's Edge. Last week he got a victory over Jack Swagger. This week he could get a second victory over Jack Swagger. Next week he might even get a third victory over Jack Swagger. It all comes down to what happens here. Will Swagger get to make it to the ring this time? Sources say no. And once again, oh wait a minute, Mason Ryan.
What's going on here?
What a sneaky attack.
This has just been a targeted attack by the Powerhouse in general, then, not just Ezekiel. I mean, that was kind of what I was starting to wonder, was we hadn't really seen the Powerhouse since Jackson's injury. We've not seen Mason Ryan, we've not seen Vladimir Kozlov. They have been completely absent. I mean, I can't really blame Edge for that, to be honest. They call him the ultimate opportunist.
Yeah, I think that's safe.
King, what could Swagger be thinking here? I want to touch on something real
Issues
quick,
just
and
keep
that's the
on
timing
developing for
of the
Jack
Rated R
Swagger.
Superstar. For most guys, when they get in the ring against Edge, they're already...
And here comes Ezekiel Jackson once again. What is with this? Oh, now going for Edge too. Okay.
So, King, are you ready for that big main event?
We know you're back from injury, Jackson, but when are you going to do something? When are you going to actually compete in a match?
Whoever makes it back to their feet first here has a big advantage.
Well, these two
Hard kick to the rib.
now kind of both at a bit of a disadvantage, I'd imagine.
Uh-oh, this is bad.
Swagger
Can one cancel out the other? That's the question. Be really nice to see these two finally be able to bury the hatchet. I mean, maybe that's where this is all going. Maybe one day we're going to see these two as a tag team. Maybe that's what this is all building towards. They're going to work together against the Powerhouse. Getting sick of being ambushed by them. Who knows?
He set an NCAA record with 30 pins in one season.
This is W12 Universe. Anything can happen. Honestly, this is one of the most unpredictable universe modes in any game I've ever played. It is. The thing is, they get so stagnant, and so you have to do it all yourself after this one. But in 12, everything was just insane. They loved their cutscenes. They really did.
He's deceivingly big and deceivingly powerful.
Well, Swagger's close to 6'6" and already 265 pounds. He's so young, you know he's going to get bigger as the years go on. Man, this has been a great matchup.
Did Edge just go to do a big boot? That doesn't seem like a very Edge thing to do.
That one right to the head.
Well, following this match, we've got the #1 contender for the World Heavyweight Championship, Batista, in action as he goes up against Brock Lesnar. An incredibly challenging opponent lying in wait, but it's all to kind of get Batista ready for his World Heavyweight Championship match with Sheamus this Sunday. One of the most unstoppable forces Raw has ever seen. Okay. You don't always need a finish to win a match. I do keep saying that, and that was proof. I mean, especially after two attacks. One from Mason Ryan and another from Ezekiel Jackson. Swagger never really stood a chance. I mean, I know that Jackson got his hands on Edge too, but Swagger just never stood a chance in this match. Almost makes you feel bad for the guy, but then you remember everything that happened to him. You remember everything that Swagger did to Edge and several other people, and you can't help but feel that somehow the stars have aligned to tell Swagger that he deserves this. What's going on now? Swagger takes another. Jackson now coming back down and once again beating the hell out of Jack Swagger. There's just never enough with his. Oh, here comes Edge! Obviously, this is a little bit of revenge for being attacked earlier, but look at this. Jack Swagger was just saved by Edge, and not really sure where they're going with this, but I'm liking it. It's different. I'll give him that. It's definitely different. Jack Swagger and Edge could become a very unlikely tag team that sees itself exist in the future. Now it's on to the third match of the night. Batista, Brock Lesnar. As this night just keeps on rolling. I love how smooth these ones go when I don't edit the matches. A part of me is just like, stop editing the matches. Just don't do it anymore. Just take whatever it throws at you and just own it. I mean, I have to book championship matches because otherwise certain champions would just never defend.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall.
Approaching the ring from Minneapolis, Minnesota.
Weight 295 pounds.
The Beast himself, Brock the Rock Cock. I had nothing if it wasn't obvious. Brock Lesnar gonna go one-on-one with the former World Heavyweight Champion, Batista. Batista not only lost the championship to Jack Swagger, but he he then was knocked out of having the rights to a rematch when Sheamus cashed in on Jack Swagger. However, Batista has persisted, he has pursued, and he has managed to find a way to get closer to that championship again.
The Animal.
This is gonna be one for the ages. These two would put on an absolute clinic in professional wrestling. I think this would go down as one of my favorite matches of all time if they were to face off. I know I've said on countless occasions I'm not a big fan of Brock Lesnar. When I say that, I mean currently. I'm not a fan of when he's a champion. When he comes and he kicks ass and he leaves, that's fine. When they give him a belt and he takes that belt with him after he kicks ass and he disappears with it for a really long time and it just kind of, you forget that belt exists. Not a big fan of that. I don't like him as a champion, but as a wrestler, oh no, he's definitely, he's up there. One of the best. I actually don't mind what happens here. I know Batista could use some momentum, but Brock Lesnar is a person I've been trying to protect as well. So whatever happens, happens as far as I'm concerned in this match. It's all fine.
Gosh, did you see his head?
It's not exactly a shameful loss if Batista loses this. It's whenever I kind of like stop and think to myself for a moment, like, I'd love to put on a really great match between them, but I'm afraid of losing.
Batista.
That I'm like, well, just don't play it then. Because then I don't have to worry about like letting down the side that I want to win. Then if they lose, they just lost. You know, as I said, I'd like for Batista to be protected. I'd like for his reputation to kind of see him through to the SummerSlam match. But a loss to Brock Lesnar is hardly shameful. If anything, that sets up Sheamus' next opponent if Sheamus retains against Batista.
Can you believe this? He just
if not, it sets up Batista's next opponent. It still works.
Have you ever seen anyone as strong, as powerful as Batista?
Good question. There's been a lot of heavy hitters to come through the WWE, and the Animal is definitely one of the biggest.
Lesnar had that scouted.
And still to come after this, we've got CM Punk versus Mason Ryan. I guess it's the TV return of Mason Ryan is the billing for that match. Because you were all just eagerly sitting at the edge of your seat going, where's Mason Ryan? Why is he not on the show? Bring him back. Well, you get him back. Oh my goodness.
And there's the damage to the back of the head.
Yeah, this is going to be a physical match. Absolutely.
In the corner and now set up there upside down.
I hope this happens in the future for a world title at some point. It's a shame that in real life Batista's retired, because this was a match I was really hoping would happen, since they were both kind of like coming back here and there. You just know, like, in some shoot interview or some dirt sheets or something, somewhere it's gonna pop up that there was talks of this match happening at some point, and we're all just gonna groan and be like, but why didn't it? Why didn't it? It'll be like, originally the plan was for Batista to beat Brock Lesnar for the Universal title instead of Seth Rollins, and we're all just gonna be like, oh thanks, oh great, wonderful.
He's still not through. He's taking out the trash. And there's a counter by the Animal. Oh, tremendous right hand to the temple.
Jeez, my voice is like dying a bit. But then to be fair, this is my third Universe recording of the day. My God, I tell you what, if you're a YouTube subscriber or a Patreon $5 tier supporter, and you're a Universe fan, you are getting your money's worth right now, because This is the 7th episode of Universe I've recorded, and I usually upload everything all together once it's all ready. Which means if you're one of those people I just mentioned, if you're a $5 supporter on YouTube or Patreon, you just got 7 days worth of Universe in one hit. No waiting those 7 days. You got it all on that one day where they were all ready, and that must be pretty good. I'm gonna look real fucking stupid if I like mess up and I only upload like 5.
My tights for a white flag I could wave.
You're gonna get quite a lot. There's quite a lot of stuff that's like we've recorded, but it's not quite ready yet. There's loads of stuff actually that we've recorded that's not quite ready yet, which means that it's a good time to be one of those subscribers, to be pledging that. You got a lot of content, a lot. And it's just going to keep being more and more and more, because that was the whole point of that reward, was that you were always being rewarded for just $5 a month.
Camel clutch locked in, wrenching on the
Wrenching on the How does one wrench on an ah?
In the corner here, bad spot to be in.
Don't forget, if you are one of the $5 tier supporters I was talking about before, if you haven't given me your channel's email address for me to add you to the whitelist of people that can watch these videos early, you won't be getting what you're paying for. I need your channel's email address to put it on the list for it to be permitted to see them early. I can't do it any other way, and it has to be your channel's email address.
He thinks he has it. And Lesnar powers out.
It's just a very important reminder.
Huge shot from Brock Lesnar. Intercepted.
I can see that one going wrong in the future. It hasn't yet, but I can see it going wrong. I can see someone giving me like a different email address, or getting mad at me that they're not getting the videos early, but they haven't given me their email address. So I'm just covering all grounds. Voice crack. All grounds.
And now, looking to put him away.
Big boy spear. Batista gonna get that little bit of momentum. In the ropes though, not a good choice. Not a good choice, Batista. You should have gotten away from the ropes. You should have also gone for the pin. You've given him too much time to recover. He'll kick out. Brock Lesnar's gonna kick out. I stand corrected. Well done, Batista. You just beat Brock Lesnar. Batista with a monumental victory. A very important victory.
absolutely amazing.
We knew he felt he had to win this one tonight.
I mean, there's absolutely
No, and it's going to have victories. Says perhaps the biggest in his life. Couldn't remember all of the words, but I got there. Perhaps the biggest in his life. He wore cologne. Aww. I love Batista's theme. I love Batista. He should win the world title back. Fuck screw Sheamus. I'll just throw it out the window. Well, this is it. The main event nobody asked for. I mean, all of you asked for. Here it comes. I hope you're ready.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Approaching the ring from Chicago, Illinois, weighing 222 pounds.
CM Punk, one half of the Rebellion, burnt alive by his own tag team partner almost 2 weeks ago on NXT for the Hardcore Championship. But he's back here tonight. He's recovered from those burns. And I don't think that that's the end of his friendship with Kane. I think he knows about Kane's pyromaniac side. I think he understands. I think he knows that McMahon played into it to try and separate the Rebellion. And I don't think it's happening. CM Punk comes in with a mission tonight, and it's to beat this man, this big stinky man.
From Cardiff, Wales, weighing 313 pounds,
Mason Ryan's twin brother Batista headlining SummerSlam, whilst he's not even going to be on the pre-show because we don't have one. Should probably do like a pre-show. That'd be fun. Be a way to like get other people on the card. Maybe in the future. They didn't do pre-shows in 2010. I mean, they did dark matches, but that's a different story altogether. Oh shit, I was actually playing a game on my phone in the background, and I wanted to play this match. What do I do? What do I do? What do I do? I know. I haven't quite finished yet. There we go.
So this is a one-on-one
Mason
match.
Ryan can
Remember
just
what's
start
at
off
stake
in control. I'm like right at the end. I'm sorry. The loading screens and the entrances. I'm so used to just like, it's what I do when it's loading. I pull out my phone and I play a game for like 5 seconds, and then once the loading screen's gone, I go back to commentary mode. That's why I'm sometimes a little quiet when the crowd part comes up. I'm like not quite done yet. Whoops, my bad. Alright, well I'm here now. I'm here. I'm back. I'm back, baby. They're wearing matching attires.
Oh man, how impressive was that?
I really don't want CM Punk to lose. That is my goal. I want him to be a legit star. I hate how bad his reputation in this universe is. It can balance out. All he's got to do is win loads of matches and it can balance out. You know, 20, 30 matches from now, those 20 losses aren't going to mean as much. It's just going to mean he had 50-50 booking like his buddy Triple H. I've just got to stop letting him down. That's the goal. I don't really care about Mason Ryan though. I don't care if I make him look strong or not. I know I pushed him really hard in the original series. I'm not against Mason Ryan either. I don't dislike him. I actually think he's alright, especially when he went back to NXT. I thought his run in NXT before they released him was actually pretty good. He didn't do much, but I kept hoping they'd do a little more with him. I thought he was alright. If they had a mid-card title back then, I think he would have been a good fit for it. He's just a big guy. He's quite plain, but I think that's why I liked him in NXT more, to be honest, is because he actually stood out. They didn't really do like big guys very much. They had Big E, but he left quite quickly. They had the Ascension, but they're a tag team. They had like Bull Dempsey. He fucking sucks. He still gets booked too. Like, people actually want Bull Dempsey. When he grew his hair out and he stopped looking like a Batista clone, I really started to like Mason Ryan. I thought he was a pretty good guy.
Pushing the offense, allowing no timeouts in this match.
Let's say he's not like a fucking legend by any means, but he's a decent mid-carder. Just had no promo skills, but if you gave him a good manager, I think he'd be all covered. You know, if Braun Strowman can get over, why can't Mason Ryan?
What does Mason Ryan need to do here, King?
I think that's the thing, that's my issue with Braun Strowman, because I just realized people are probably going to get that annoyed at me. I think my issue with Braun Strowman, and the reason why I've just grown to dislike him so much, because I used to be quite a believer in him back when everyone hated him in the Wyatt family, and then I just really grew out of him as everyone started to finally love him. And I think the reason I went off of Braun Strowman is because his gimmick you could literally give to any big guy and they'd get over just as much. He's not anything special, he's not doing anything remarkable. I think that was my biggest problem. There were so many other big guys in the past, like Ryback, that really could have used that push, and I would have preferred so much more. Because you can say what you want about Ryback. I know he's not everyone's cup of tea, but he was, not only did he look the part, but he had really good charisma. He's a fucking funny guy when he needed to be. And honestly, his matches were always pretty great, I thought. His squash matches were always kept entertaining. And he could go in a longer match. I thought he had some pretty great matches. And that's my personal opinion, and I won't be told otherwise, so shut up, you stinky buttheads. What I'm saying is, when W13 comes around in that Ryback deal season, get ready everybody, you're watching a Ryback push all over again. This happens every time I try to make Punk win. There's always something that just ruins it. It's going to be Jackson. And he's going to reverse this. Yeah, of course. It's the first finisher. It always gets reversed.
Punk was going for the go to sleep, but he pulled out at the last moment. And now stalking his prey.
I pressed reverse. You heard it. It's not exactly a quiet button. Don't you dare. Don't you dare.
Will it be?
No, it won't be. Shut the fuck up, Cole.
The 313-pounder Mason Ryan is so big and dangerous.
And don't forget, mean and nasty. Oh, he's on the move again.
It's a shame this is the only game Mason Ryan's in. So I don't get to use the Mason Ryan I preferred. I just get like vanilla Ryan. He was always vanilla, I'll be honest. Look, man, I'm just speaking my mind because it's my channel. Do I want? Is he leaving already? When did they start leaving? Let's supposed to be fair, we haven't had run-ins. That only just recently started happening.
You know, Punk's a very physical competitor. He knows how to
into the cover, hooks the leg. 1, 2.
You bastard.
Look at this.
They saying Punk sucks? I mean, look at this. This better not be a signature.
What a hellaciously physical match these gladiators have put each other through. The intensity in this has been incredible.
Punk got rocked.
CM Punk likes to claim he thinks he has it.
Whoop.
And Punk kicks out.
I don't think so.
CM Punk vows to win every match to set the example for the WWE Universe.
I vow to make CM Punk win every match to set the example that I want to push him. I don't like how he's been used. I'm not proud of it. He's gonna lose his signature by the time Oh, I actually gotta do it. Oh, look at that. Boom. This is it. This is it. CM Punk is finally gonna win a match again. It's 2010, baby. The push is coming. He's got one more year. And he's gonna be a world champion.
1, 2, 3.
There you go. CM Punk. Wow, a 34-minute recording. And that was all of Raw. That's what it's up to, the Raw file, which means it'll be even shorter than that. To be fair, Swagger vs. Edge got cut really short. And Randy did kind of squash the shit out of Cody, but he should do. Randy's like a legend in universe mode. I mean, he's a legend in real life too. He looks like a fucking Sims character there, by the way. Anyway, that's CM Punk is the winner of that one. I've gotten so casual with this series. Just kind of babble. Okay, so what does that mean? Nothing. No new. What does that mean? Cody Rhodes losing to Randy Orton. Well, Ted DiBiase has found himself moving up a rank, whilst Brock Lesnar has taken a hit. That would be because of the loss to Batista, though, if I had to guess. Yep. No change there, of course. Is Cody at the Legacy? He is! Oh my god. Oh, that's crazy. The Legacy's just a tag team now between Randy and Ted. So weird. I can't even replace Cody with another member. Oh, yes, I could. No, not going to say anything. Anyway, so Cody takes a loss to Randy Orton. So Randy goes up a rank. He's from 5 to 4. That's not bad at all. Cody Rhodes, on the other hand, he takes a hit. He goes from 18 to 19, and Ted goes from 19 to 18, I guess, because technically he was then assisting Randy Orton when he celebrated with him and everything. Edge defeats Jack Swagger, which puts Edge from number 4 all the way up to number 1. Future world title shot there, maybe. Whilst Jack Swagger takes another drop from rank 10 to 11. Oh, remember Ricky Steamboat? I haven't seen him in a while. Brock Lesnar versus Batista led to Batista dropping despite winning. Odd. Whereas Brock Lesnar also dropped from 5 to 3. Batista dropping from 2 to 3. I guess because Edge just did so much more. I don't know. CM Punk defeating Mason Ryan. For Mason Ryan, that means... Oh, he's not on the lower end like I thought he'd be. Mason Ryan went from 12 and remained at 12, and Punk stayed at 6. No changes there. Okay, so NXT this coming week will feature... Okay, we've got a hardcore title match to throw in there somewhere. Because I'm going to wait to record the next NXT until some of the videos are up so that you guys can actually vote and give me a hardcore title opponent for Kane. But other than that, that's Raw's match there. So that's Santino, Randy Savage, and Vladimir Kozlov, which I'll allow to happen because, to be fair, Kozlov crashed the match, and that's exactly what I was hoping it would lead to. I just kind of wanted to start using Kozlov again. And I figured he might as well crash NXT, because if I remember right, his rankings are really low. 20. He's 20, and I like Kozlov, and he's not going to be around for too much longer, so I just want to make the most of him. Which one of these will get cut for the hardcore title match? I haven't quite decided yet. I kind of want to do Husky Harris versus Vader, and I'm not really sure what Maurice versus Layla would bring to the table. So, unless that's like a Divas Championship contenders. No, Maurice should just get a rematch at SummerSlam, let's be honest with ourselves for a minute. She should definitely just be getting a rematch. Like, she held the championship for the same length as the longest reigning champion, Melina. She's definitely due a rematch. So I would say that match will definitely be happening, and NXT will get kicked off with a hardcore title match, which you guys will have already voted on, and it will have already happened by now. So, see you guys then. Bye-bye.